Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? I like this shirt. It's warm. I don't know where you're at in America today, but it's cold. It's cold where I'm at. I said yesterday or the other day, I said something like, well, it's going to be cold. We're going to have frost on the pumpkin. So I got in trouble. Well, I did. I got a little trouble from none other than my sister, right? Um okay, let me tell this person. So I got in a little trouble with my sister. She said, "Don't say there's frost on the pumpkin." That made me listen to 70s country music all day. So there you go. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. I know it's cold where you're at because it's cold here. Anyhow, rainy, cold, bones are aching. No, just bones, right? Get the arthritis formula out. Not for you children's, man. It's coming one of these days for you children's, right? But that being said, let me start today's show out with an enormous thank you. I don't want to get emotional. This could happen very easily. I could get emotional. I spent yesterday afternoon, and I'm going to give you just a brief preview, just a little bit, because the Georgia Hour today, I'm going to take, I've been wanting to use, when I say the platform, to lay out what the core of what we're doing on the Georgia Hour. So yesterday, I was with a group. I don't know how many the room holds. I don't want to is it braggadocious? I don't want to, but what I'm saying is over at the Golden Corral, thank you for my lunch. I appreciate that. Thank you, Richard, your lovely wife. I mean, the list goes on. Lois, Ron. I cannot start naming names. I can name names if I had to, but I'm not going to do that because the room was full. Now they've had some great guests. Let me just say that every Tuesday they have lunch over there, Gainesville, Golden Corral. Great people, just amazing people. And one time I went over there, they had Dr. Janice Johnston. And if you're out there from sea to shining sea, she is on the Georgia State Board of Elections. And she was there, and I think they had like 65 in the room. It was packed. So, hey, I'm not Dr. Janice Johnston, and I say that respectfully because she's just an amazing person. But I don't know, 45. We'll go 45. I don't know, 50. I don't know. But we had a great room yesterday. That being said, thank you very much. Now, the core, because the Georgia Hour is coming up. Now, what is it? Is it 2025? It's 2025, right? Now, pay attention. Don't mean to be like that right out of the box, but pay attention. It's 2025. We have all these candidates that have presented themselves to run for different offices across Georgia, right? We have governor's race. Now we have the Senate race. We'll talk about that. But we're talking about our constitutional officers. We have the people coming out to run in the Republican primary and Democrat primary in the governor's race, the lieutenant governor, secretary of state, right? They're all laying the groundwork. Here we are. All these candidates are presenting themselves as they want to be the next. Now, in Georgia, and I'm going to elaborate because I can extend the comments during the 10 o'clock Georgia Hour, but in Georgia, we basically, this only happens once every 8 years. If an incumbent, now Republicans have kept the slate a clean slate, and the last time we had this moment was 2017 going into the 2018 election, where all the offices were open. That's the last time. Now, 4 years or a couple years ago, was it 2022, right? We had primary challengers. That's where Trump got involved. President Donald J. Trump, deja vu all over again. Yogi Berra, right? He got involved. We had primary candidates against incumbents, but it's only once every 8 years right now that in Georgia we get open primaries all the way down the ballot. And that being said, we have that open primaries. Now we have incumbents in some. We'll talk about those. But your governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, so forth, 2017. So the basis, when you get to the Georgia Hour, I would like for you to call everybody, because the basis of the conversation we were having yesterday at the Golden Corral with the MAGA group. Oh, big shout out to Roy. Underground, what's the number here? I want to make sure I get it correct. Number 45, Diane. Hi, Diane. Did I say good morning? I hope I did. But Roy was over yesterday. He made the drive, and it really, it meant a lot yesterday. Small Town Underground, if you don't know Roy, he is so close to Chattanooga. I think if he falls off his back porch, he hits Tennessee. But we saved him. He's in Georgia, by the way. He's in Georgia, but he's up there in that corner. He is a great guy. He's one of the good guys. I'll talk about him in the Georgia Hour. I want you to get to know the guy. Take that down. But Gainesville, the MAGA group, Tuesdays, the core of today's Georgia Hour. It's deja vu all over again. I know. What's that mean? Yogi Berra, look it up. It's one of his quotes. But remember 2017, when all these people were presenting themselves as the candidate. We wanted to be governor and lieutenant governor and secretary of state, and the list goes on. So that being said, boom, 10 o'clock, the Georgia Hour. And thank you. I get emotional because so many people yesterday and the messages you're sending. Now, I, for one, I'm going to say this in the Georgia Hour. I'm going to get this show kicked off. You're like, when's this thing going to fire off if you're out there in northern Idaho and if you're out there in California or in Texas or internationally? Could we have one or two, right? But because I'm in North Georgia. But let me say this. Now, Diane, don't think. I mean, I always have to say, all right. But I was thinking, for some reason, after yesterday, I was thinking about, like, my retirement show. I mean, one day I will. Don't get nervous. That's not today. It's not tomorrow. It's not Monday. But one day I will. And I was thinking, when I do a retirement show, I think I want Brian and Marty Kemp, the two governors of Georgia, to be special guests on my retirement show. I mean, don't you think they would join me on the show? I do. Because they would want to see me go. They would be happy for me. Anyhow, all right. So moving right along, getting this started. Let me put this out here. What if there was just that one person out there and you said, I wish someone would have told us this. I wish someone would have said this. Well, that was me. That was me. Yep. And I will explain what the hell is he talking about. So let me show you this. So Trump is over in South Korea. We're going to get there in just a moment, right? And Diane, this I can't get out of. I mean, I can't get away from this because I'm thinking to myself, how long? Where is it at? I know I have it. Give me number 114, Diane. Good morning, Diane. How are you, Diane? I know I'm aggravating. I'm not trying to aggravate you. It's just who I am. Right. So in South Korea, they bestow Trump with the highest honor. Seriously, their highest honor in South Korea. And one of those, they give him a replica of the historic, that's the historic crown. Now, this morning, as I'm watching these reports, and they're telling me that they have given Trump, they've bestowed on him 105, give me 105, their highest honor. Trump's first American to receive South Korea's highest honor. The award, the Grand Order of the for efforts to achieve peace on the peninsula. By the way, since we're trying to achieve peace, let me run this little historic tidbit right by you. Give me video 3, Diane.
The Korean Peninsula, and I know you are officially at war, but we will see what we can do to get that all straightened out. We've been very lucky. I've been very fortunate to be able to solve a lot of problems in the world. I didn't even know there were so many problems. There were countries that nobody knew that they were even fighting, and yet they were killing millions and millions of people. And we got them, with the exception of one, which I think we're going to get straightened out, Russia, Ukraine. But we got them all done, all finished. And you know that I'll be working on this very hard with you, with your team, with a lot of other people, see if we can do something that makes sense. I know Kim Jong-un very well. We get along very well. We really weren't able to work out timing. We have President Xi is coming tomorrow, and that was something that obviously is very important to the world, to all of us. You'll be watching very carefully. We're meeting right here, and we're all looking forward to that. I think it's going to work out very, very well for everybody, and I look forward to seeing him.
All right, so some may not realize that North and South Korea are still officially at war. Yes. Now, there is the demilitarized zone of an agreement, but they never signed a peace treaty. There's always been a unification effort. Exactly. And, you know, Trump wants to, South Korea is one of our number one allies in the world, which I don't dislike South Korea. I want to be very clear on this, okay? I don't get up and like, well, I don't like this one. That's not me. But I wish once we would stop honoring and praising foreign investment into this country. No, wait a minute. I'm not against investment, but foreign investment in this country, and start taking more pictures with domestic America First companies that have been created to produce something. I mean, the only major industry that produces nothing but organized criminals is politics. I'm serious. Since the 70s, right? And ever since the NAFTA deal, and all the jobs. Remember, Ross Perot said that sucking sound would be our jobs leaving. Our jobs left, and now we're around the world begging them not just to bring our jobs back, to reinvest in our country. Okay, let me check this out, right? We're not figuring out ways to give tax incentives. Hey, a couple gals and girls out there in the Midwest, can you guys get together and put a battery technology company together, and we'll invest a certain amount, and we'll give you certain tax abatement and really these great advantages, and we'll even throw you some free farmland in South Georgia, basically for free. We'll set up these things called economic development authorities, and what we'll do after that is we'll set up these economic development authorities, and they can purchase land and then lease it back to you for $1, and you basically get it for free. It's happening all over the country, but it's not to Bill or Bob or Jan or Joe or Sue. Well, excuse me, or Shaniqua. We'll throw in a Shaniqua or two, right? Don't get on my ass this morning so early. But it's never that. It's always us going over there. Well, I'll show you later, and taking pictures and thanking them for foreign investment as we give them free land and no taxes. All right, so I never intend to go that way, but let me back up here in what I was saying. Let me get back to the core of my argument this morning. Yeah, I mean, we've created a $1 trillion plus organized criminal syndicate called politics, right? That produces jack squat nothing but a corrupt politician, right? Here's what the factory crapped out yesterday is your congresswoman over here. Here's what the factory crapped out just minutes ago. Mass production is a state senator or a state representative or a governor or whatever. Well, we have the political crap factory that keeps crapping them out, right? And then they have a media system that every morning when you get up presents them as though they care about you. I'm going to be able to pull this thing back together. Let's try. So anyhow, North and South Korea, Trump, I got to give it to him. He wants to end that war. He wanted to meet with Kim Jong-un. Like, our people always go crazy that he wants to meet with Kim Jong-un. But the truth of that is, and I'm going to show you something here in a minute that, well, go ahead. Not yet. I want number 85. Just be ready to throw it in the queue or whatever you do over there. Slide it over, flip it over, 85 momentarily. But North and South Korea are basically still at war. And Trump wants to solve that with Kim Jong-un because South Korea is a very close ally of ours. And the shipbuilding company they have in the Philadelphia, waterway up there in Philly, yes, I mean, we want them to be at peace. I get that. So, but before I move on, the greatest honor is this historic crown. And the minute I see this all over the internet this morning, I'm thinking to myself, how long before people start putting up memes, right? Give me number 21, Diane, before we get to 85. Hang tight, I'm going to want that in a minute, right? How long before people are going to start putting up memes of the no king Trump wearing this crown? Trump's crowning moment. And I'm thinking, gifts him the golden crown just days after the No Kings. Could you see the memes that are going to start with this crown? I mean, you know it. And I don't know, maybe he'll bust it out and wear it in the Oval Office just to cause, I don't know, Caitlin Collins over on CNN, heart failure. All right, so take that down. What was 85? I recall asking for it. House Democrats hold meetings on healthcare cost. Healthcare cost. As though they care. Really? As though they care. And then we have, what is that? What are they calling it these days? Wait a minute. I'll put it like this. Last night I was dreaming and I had a nightmare. I did. I had a nightmare. I mean, I said, yeah, you know, when you have a nightmare and it actually causes you to sit straight up in bed. Have you ever had one of those? Like you're sweating, you're like, you sit straight up in bed and you're like, whoa. I got to get my, right? Well, that happened to me last night. And then I get up this morning and I realize 109, Diane, 109. I realize I wasn't just dreaming. It's a government shutdown nightmare. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens. Don't ask me. It's a nightmare. U.S. government shutdown nightmare. And I was thinking, oh, serenity now. 108. And the nightmare, right? Oh, but they care. Oh, they care. Oh, they care. And the people back home, you ever notice when they walk the halls of Congress, all of a sudden they've got people back home? You ever notice that? Well, you know, I've got constituents back home. And they're not happy. But, you know, we're told, now wait a minute, we are told that no illegals, and I'm going to show you this. We're going to go to break. We're told no illegals, right, receive any government benefits. No health care, nothing. Stop with that. Stop. Well, number 28, I run across this in my research. 1.5 million non-citizens receive food stamps. Well, snap. Oh, that's snap. 1.5 million non-citizens receive. Yeah, but there's 41 million at risk. 41 million. All right, so let me say this. 25. I always love the cover. I always go to the New York Post to check out the cover of the Post. They don't give a chuck. Food benefits for poor run out Saturday. But Dems still won't open the government. They don't give a chuck. Now, this is something that came to me this morning. And I don't know what the government's going to do. We'll talk about that momentarily. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to renew SNAP, but it has a lot of people concerned. And I do think this is a great opportunity for people to feel the pressure or feel, what are you going to do? Let me tell you something. All right. I generally don't do this. seriously, I generally never, what I mean, get personal. But you know what? Might as well say it. 2 months, 2 months before, I think it was October, November. Right. I'm doing the math. I think it was a couple months before I turned 20 years old. I became a dad in America. Well, it wasn't another country, obviously, but it was right here, right? I become a dad 2 months before I turned 20 years old. That's fact, all right? And I was forced with, and I don't drink alcoholic beverages. Now, I'm not passing judgment, okay? I'm not. I am not passing judgment. On, you know, if you have a beer, you have a glass of wine, you know, you have a bourbon, a scotch, one beer, you know, George Thorogood, right? But, you know, if you're having a bourbon or whatever and a cigar, I don't know. But I don't pass judgment. That's not my place or my thing. But so when I become a dad 2 months before 20 years old, I had a choice: beer or diapers. Stop and get a 6-pack, a 12-pack, a 20-pack for the weekend, or a 48-pack of newborns. That's a fact, all right? It's just a fact. I had to switch from carrying out a 12-pack of Bud to a 24-pack under my arm of Pampers. It's a fact. So I do not drink alcoholic beverages. I haven't had, sniffed, tasted, swooshed an alcoholic beverage since I was 19 years old. But large in part because I was forced with buy food for the kid, diapers for the kid, and pay the electric bill so the kid doesn't get cold, or a 12-pack. Now that is a true story. And maybe, and I'm not passing judgment, get off of my ass. I feel it right now. Well, not everybody in America is doing, I'm just saying, maybe one earring in your nose, maybe one less tattoo on your face, your arm, your ear. Hey, if you got a tattoo, good for you. But if it's a tattoo or feed Junior and keep the ink off your ass. I'm just saying. I don't know. You can yell at me if you want. A tramp stamp might be how you got there in the first place. Ooh, I know that didn't happen. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't get angry at me, please. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But I'm just saying. So maybe, you can call all four of your baby daddies and ask them, can you pitch in for some groceries? Because the government said they no longer are going to support your children, our children. I don't know. Now, out of the 41 million or whatever they're saying, let's be clear. I will look you right in the eye. There's people out there that need help. There's people out there we need to help. We do. There's people out there we need to have compassion, love as a country, and take care of our fellow man. We definitely do. Not everybody has the abilities to go do things and provide. And, well, let's see. Has Joel Osteen, can you send me where Joel Osteen has opened the church basement and just took and sold a couple of his Lamborghinis or his plane, or what is that one guy, I forget his name, that has 3 private jets? Can you show me where they have sold something of monetary value to see and start paying and buying food and feeding people? I mean, look, this is a pivotal. I used to get so angry when I'd hear all these people go, this is an inflection point. We're at an inflection point. Well, I guess, okay. We're at an inflection point. This is a pivotal moment where we can pull things back in, address where things have gone wrong, and get adjusted and move forward and prepare a workforce, not a drug-induced population that is living off the government, to start being productive in society and feed their family. God forbid you say, hey, you have responsibilities, feed your family. Right? God forbid you do that. How the hell did we get there? Oh, don't forget, the government cares. I better take a break. We'll be back after these messages, if I'm still on the air.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. I know you didn't. Well, I'm getting text messages. One, hey, you're correct. I mean, thank you very much. I just got a text message breaking down the use of welfare. We'll go old school welfare, right? Benefits, SNAP, EBT cards by nationality, by nationality. But I know you didn't do this. Someone went old school on me. Diaper pins. When we were raising kids, we used cloth diapers. Diaper pins. Do you remember diaper pins? Do you? I'm telling you, every day. I mean, I know I say a couple words, right? I say a couple words, right? And I'll have people say, well, you know, we'd like to let our children listen to your program, but sometimes you say some things, you know, you use some language. Okay. Pull their earbuds out and listen to them over there with their rap music talking about bitches and hoes, and then tell me that you can't let the children's watch my show. Now, actually, what you should be doing is putting the children's right there. You know? So if, I'm going to tell you, is it the worst thing in the world if you got a kid in a high chair and all of a sudden they turn and look at you and say, what the hell? Is that the worst thing in the world? I mean, maybe. All right. So anyhow, 102. Every time I see this, I have to say, is this real? Is this real? Now at 9 a.m., is that a real person? Is Rosa, is she real? Is she AI generated? You know, when I see something like this and I see like 120, right? Federal benefits in jeopardy of shutting down, enters week 5 like they care. And then MTG, shut down turmoil, more workers go without pay. And health insurance, saving your health insurance. Where was that one at? When I see this, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. 85, right? And Democrats want to get back to work to save your health care. I'm actually these stories interest me much more 119 than anything I just showed you. I mean, how can you go wrong with a monkey story? I'm serious. I hear all this government. Obamacare, ACA, it's 2025, right? Let me do this, the illusion, right? It's 2025. A million of us went to D.C. We created the Tea Party. In 2010, we created the largest Republican majority takeover in the House of Representatives ever in history. We did our part. The damn people up there have never done their part, and we're in the same damn mess since 2010. The ACA has never been fixed. It's there. Oh, by the way, they care. Oh, by the way, they're holding out. By the way, for subsidies. Yes. And your food stamps. Yes. 2010. It's 2025. Wake up. It's Back to the Future. 3. 2010, it's 2025. Don't let one of them, no matter if it's a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, a nutcase like Bernie Sanders, or Horsetooth AOC, tell you they care. They do not. They're not fixing jack squat for you up there. I don't know where. I'm much more interested in the 3 monkeys. There's 3 research monkeys. They're on the loose. There was a truck had an accident. Look at that monkey. He's like, I'm out. 119. Take that down. All right. So at 9 o'clock, I'm going to drop a truth bomb on you from the most unsuspecting place. Maybe I shouldn't say bomb. Maybe that one's on the list. You don't use truth. They don't say truth bomb anymore. You're not allowed to do that. But at 9 o'clock, I am going to put together a truth bomb. All right. And it's going to come from the most unexpected place. It is. It's going to come from an unexpected place. And you're going to say, wow, I wish someone would have told you about this for the past several years. So let's go through this. Let me get my act together. So they're all concerned over number 25. Chuck Schumer doesn't give a chuck, right? And let's go for the Chiron, some of the ones out today. Now, I will say this. Well, I'll put this out momentarily. The hysteria, right? So here's some of the Chiron out there. Number 82, there's Joe and Minka. Government shutdown day 29, right? 84, the consequences, the ongoing government shutdown. House Democrats hold meetings on healthcare cost, right? Let me get through here. I know that one. We'll talk about it. I want this one right here in just a minute. I'm actually in a good mood today. 95, dozens of states sue Trump administration over planned food stamp cuts. And yes, we're going to talk about all right, the probe into Biden's pardons. I'm going to tell you something, okay? were Joe Biden's pardons unconstitutional? Yes. Bottom line. Is it a look over here moment so you won't pay attention over here? Yes, absolutely. Okay. So we have 102. Is it real or is it Memorex? For the children's. Did you understand? Is this real? Every time I say this. Give me 103. Right? We accept SNAP. Federal benefits in jeopardy as shutdown enters week 5. 42 million Americans at risk. Now, don't forget what I have said, so don't let anybody go and tell you anything different. I really do know that we have people out here in the country that do need assistance and need help. You understand? We do. And number 107, U.S. government shutdown nightmare. The nightmare, remember 108, 109. We have emergency funds. It's called the Lay's Potato Chip Fund. Yes. We're in what we call a little Debbie crisis. Yes. Exactly. I won't have pizza pockets. 110. Trump administration says it won't tap the emergency funds to pay for food aid. I mean, let me see what else I have here. Number 116, can Congress save SNAP benefits? SNAP. We already talked about the monkeys. Give me 121. Trump promises a solution for food aid crisis. Now, on the way home or over to South Korea, Trump was asked about the crisis. This is on Air Force One. A lot of background noise, but video 6.
Looking at it done. The Democrats have caused the problem on food stamps. They've caused, all they have to do is sign. And, you know, they sign, I'll meet with them. They're all saying, well, they actually said Trump is doing an amazing job in this trip. This trip will bring back trillions of dollars, so it's hard. But they do want to meet with me when I get back. But I say get the economy open and we'll meet. I'll meet and we'll solve any difficulties.
That was President Trump addressing SNAP benefits lapsing overnight on Air Force One. The federal assistance for millions of Americans is set to run out of money on Saturday, and the Trump administration says it won't use contingency funding for that aid.
We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done, we promise. Now, we were told illegals did not get health care, right? We have been told they get no benefits whatsoever. Right? That's what we've been told. None of our money goes to illegals. Why, it's illegal. Give me number 28. 1.5 million citizens receive food stamps. Number 29. The food stamp program provided benefits for 1.465 million non-citizens in fiscal year 2022. The latest data available from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, another 2.2 million children living with non-citizens were also on food stamps. These nearly 1.5 million non-citizens collected a total of $4.2 billion in food stamp benefits, right? Just saying. Now, here is the map, number 30, number of non-citizens receiving food stamps. Here's the map. non-citizens receiving food stamps. 31. Here are the states. As you can see, California shows 273,000. California. Connecticut, 14,000. You would think they would have Massachusetts, 61,000, right? Minnesota, probably Somalis up there, right? Somalis, right? What's her name? Omar. This is all her family. Minnesota, 25,000, right? Pennsylvania, 41,000. Let's go to 32. Florida, 238,000 illegals. Georgia, 33,000 non-citizens receive food stamps, right? Now, this is much higher than the data originally collected. Much higher. And it's happening. Take that down. Non-citizens, the only reason I'm putting this on the screen, only reason, is to tell you you're going to feed these children, right? You're going to. You're going to feed the children. You're going to feed their families. You're going to house them. Yes. Whether you like it or not, you're going to send them to school. You're going to educate them. And then one day they will vote and they will run your country for you. Yes. Yes, one day they'll run the company. Quite a deal. Would we call that some more foreign investment? You can't beat this foreign investment that the American people keep ponying up for. I mean, it's all we talk about is we do this, right? I mean, I'm not mad at President Trump. I'm not. But President Trump is going to tell you that he brought back trillions of dollars in a deal. 81. Okay. But then I've got to look at this, right? Trump in South Korea for final leg of the Asia trip. He's going to tell you he made $19 trillion deals. Okay. And then we got 30-some million illegals in the country. And then you got 49. This is not sidetracked, but here's 49, right? There's Brian Kemp. That's the two governors. I don't know where you're at in America, but in Georgia, we're quite blessed to have not one, but two governors. Marty, actually, when she travels abroad, she doesn't take her tiara. I actually thought we were having a No Queen's Day. Well, that has a whole different meaning, right? No Queen's Day. But in Georgia, for Marty. But they're over there highlighting all the foreign investment. Every time I turn around, 30 million illegals. Well, there's some damn foreign investment. How do you call it that? We're investing in them. We feed them, give them a house, give them health care, give them a free education, and sooner or later they'll take over the country for you while they're voting. I probably need to leave. We're going to come back. I want to be back at 9. I want to get out of here. We'll come back at 9. Can we save food stamps? Can we save health care? Oh, my God. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959.
Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Diane, I sent you a video. Did you get it? If you got the video, I don't want blamed. You can't blame me for this. You cannot send me videos like this and blame me. Do you have that video?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop saying that.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
You can't blame that on me. Just because your cat, that's what your cat, you cannot blame that on me. All right, so good morning. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Thank you for the messages. I have election messages or election denier messages. I'm a denier. So while you were busy, 93, Diane, while you were busy, well, maybe you weren't, looking over here, right? You were busy looking over here, talking about, well, Steve Bannon says Trump plans to run in 2028. Take that down. Oh, by the way, they don't want you to say, you're not supposed to say foreign investment. They've switched that to trading partners. Yes, we're supposed to say trading partners so that, well, it sounds better. They've done some marketing. Now, last night, I told you at 9 o'clock, I'm going to do it at 9:30. We're going to have the Georgia Hour because I want to do this briefly. I want to bring you up to a couple things that are happening. So yesterday morning, about 4:20 a.m. on ABC, they ran a highlight. And I'm not doing this so you will run and watch the show because many of you canceled your Netflix during the transgender children days. So I'm not telling you to set up your Netflix again or whatever. But number 51, Netflix rolled out this movie and the Pentagon's not happy with it. And they rolled out this movie called A House of Dynamite. Hits the target at number 1 this week in the top 10. A House of Dynamite ending explained who launched the nuclear missile. A House of Dynamite director defends the Netflix film. So this film was created. I watched the film last night, all right, because I watched a 20-minute, about 4:20 a.m., I watched a little news story or a highlight on ABC talking about this. So I watched it last night, wondered what the controversy, and I went and checked this out. There's a lot of stories out here about the House of Dynamite, and they lay out the scenario that someone blacks out, hacks one of our satellite, or actually the what it is made to look like is that we basically have no nuclear defenses whatsoever, our military. It's about as anti-American as anything I've ever watched. I don't know why the president, when I say this, if Black America should be outraged that the president in this movie is black, not that the president is black, is that he had basically no idea what to do. Seriously, I mean, it made this president look real inadequate. It made all of our military, our top generals. It makes you go out in Alaska and our defense system. I call it the kids out there monitoring all night long. It makes them look like, well, when this really happens, what they'll do is wet their pants. No joke, right? Everybody's going to freeze up. We have no defenses. And we don't know where the launch came from. This is the premise. There's a nuclear launch. And they make it sound like these happen quite frequent. That there's the look of a launch that's not real. Okay? Seriously. Or as a test, and a foreign country didn't tell us about the test. A nuclear facility launches a test and they don't tell us. They act as though this is not uncommon, and they all start shaking in their boots when it's like, oh, this is real. And then they spend all this time like, where did it come from? We don't know. Why don't we know where the launch came from? So apparently we're getting Russia on the phone. We can't get the Russian president, but we can get their top military general on the phone. They're coordinating with China. They're saying nothing happened, but they mobilize because they get the signal that we've gone to DEFCON 2. Seriously, we've gone to DEFCON 2. So they see us mobilizing, right? They see us mobilizing. What they want you to believe is that someone hacks the satellite system that picks up the launch. So we don't know where the launch actually generated from. This is what it makes it look like. But the target is Chicago. And they got up on the screen 18 minutes till impact, right? It shows how the president would react. And the president basically has got this young man carrying the football with all the codes. And he's just like works in the newsroom. And the black president is basically taking instruction from him on what they should do next. Seriously. I mean, I'm not being negative about anyone. It's just, that's the movie, if you watch it. But we have 18 minutes till impact. And we're scrambling around. Certain people go in the bunker. I'm serious. We don't have a deterrent. We sent up 3 of our anti-missile defense system for impact. We find out we spent $50 billion and we only got something that works 66% of the time. So the 3 of them do not work. It's still en route, impacting Chicago. We're down to 5 minutes, 4 minutes, right? With 5 minutes left before impact in Chicago, we load up. You watch us load and engage a nuclear bomb into a stealth B-2 bomber. You get 2 of these young guys, young pilots. They're in the air. We go to DEFCON 1. The Russians think we're getting ready to respond, so they kill their shadow on a nuclear sub off of our shore. Our nuclear silos are opening all around the world, preparing launch keys. The stealth bomber is in the air, folks. It's in the air. And you have these 2 young pilots look at each other like, and the one pilot looks at the other and says, I know the mission. I know the mission. And this is supposed to simulate what could really happen. And according to this movie, we totally are undefended. You know, North Korea could take us out just like that. According to this movie, it's horrific. It really is. It is absolutely terrible. It's anti-American. And then you see on the screen that there's 36 seconds to impact in Chicago because they have it coming in on in the war room. And there's 36 seconds. 10 million people are going to die. We don't know whether to retaliate. Yeah. And then at the moment when it's supposed to have an impact, the movie's over. You don't know if it took out Chicago. You don't know if people died. You don't know what reaction we really took or what action. So I just thought I'd put it up there, but I have to tell you this, the amount of people, I'm very concerned about nuclear war. Very concerned that someone one day is going to make that ultimate mistake. And one of the things the movie does that I don't want to say is good, but one of the things the movie does is it pulls out like how everybody around the world would start reacting. It start moving into position to respond. But I will tell you this, it's just about as anti-American. I'm serious. All right, so I want to drop a truth bomb on AI. I want to do that. I don't want to go to the Georgia Hour before we do that. The auto pen, the Oversight Committee has sent, the Oversight Committee has sent a recommendation to the DOJ. But I want to show you something really quick. 96, the cartels. Now, we'll discuss this tomorrow. I will put it on the plate. U.S. strikes on alleged drug boats kill 14 people. Here are all the strikes. Number 97, U.S. strikes on an alleged drug boat kills 14 people. Number 98, a total of 14 narco-terrorists were killed during the 3 strikes with 1 survivor. All strikes were in international waters with no U.S. forces harmed. And Rio, give me number... Where's my Rio? I know I have it here. Number 26, cartels. Cartels running our hemisphere. So, number 26, Rio de Janeiro is under a state of terror. The CV gang has enforced a citywide lockdown in retaliation for police operations targeting crime in the state. And give me 27. To whom it may concern, these are the narco-terrorists shooting in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The cartel known as CV is connected to the Venezuelan cartels, a real threat to the United States. Give me video 2. Video 1. One night in Rio. Video 1.
Chuva de tiro, hein?
The cartels operate in the United States of America, all 50 states. Yes, Claudia Sheinbaum, and I have no problem, I'm going to say this, very upset with what's happened over the last 30 years, number 76, in Mexico. But you know what? When NAFTA was created, this was not the president of Claudia Sheinbaum was not the president of Mexico, and Trump is trying to work with her as the cartels run Mexico, run the Southern Hemisphere, are now embedded in all 50 states. No thanks to Claudia Sheinbaum or Donald J. Trump, but something has to happen. A truth coming from an unsuspecting place when we return.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, We can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. At 10 o'clock, we'll have the Georgia Hour. And we're going to go back to 2017. And we're going to move into 2018. And then we're going to bring you up to right where we're at. We call it Remember 2017? Because that's where you're at today. Well, you're not really at 2017. But you'll understand when we get to the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, so I watched Rodney Harris. Atlanta News First. Rodney Harris is my weatherman. Trust the guy wearing a bow tie. Black guy, bow tie, glasses. A little on chubby side. I'm a little on chubby side. That's who I trust. But Rodney showed me at 4 a.m. this morning, or 4:30, the weather band coming through. And I never like it when Rodney says LJ, but he did. So what we know is we have enormous storms coming through our area with rain bands. Lights are flickering, right? So if we go down, we're down. There you go. If no more BKP, boom, lights are flickering. So I thought I'd give you that public announcement. Now, I have said to you over and over and over and over again, 2 years ago, 72. 72, is it real, right? 73, quantum computing. I started reading an article this morning on quantum computing. It fries my brain. I mean, you think I struggle with 4 syllables in one word? A word with 4 syllables? You think, read an article with quantum computing. I was reading that this morning, right? And I get it. We're concerned about AI taking over. Yesterday, I told some people there the next 3 years, and I said this, I have it on video. I said the next 3 years, what happens just in the next 3 years? Now, for over 2 years, if not more, I have segment after segment. Diane knows it's true on AI. I have looked at so many different directions of what was going to happen with AI. Now, was his name Andrew Wong? What was his name? The guy that ran for president that talked about a universal, right, wage, a paycheck. You see, while you're over there, and don't take this wrong, and you're listening to all these podcasters, and I'm not mad. Don't get mad at me. I won't get mad at you. You do what you want with your time. But you're over here listening to I'm not going down that road. But you're trying to find out who shot John. You're trying to find these things out, and I respect 8 out of 10 of them. There's 2 of them out there I probably could do without, but I respect 8 out of 10 of them, and I got no problem with it. Over there listening to Steve Bannon, okay, I got no problem. Bannon's, he's not a bad guy, I guess. I don't know. But my point is, Yang, thank you. But my point is, while he's over there telling you Trump's going to run for the 3rd term and this one's going to fix your health care, everything is set up to turn it in the direction they have planned. One more time. Everything, your health care, the shutdown, the government, the debt, everything is set up to turn it in the direction they have planned. The data centers. Oh my God, the data centers everywhere. Now, that being said, 77, Amazon. 78, Amazon. 79, 77. We'll wait for her to catch up. There you go. 30,000 jobs, 78, right? Amazon laying off thousands of corporate workers as it spends big on AI, 79, right? Layoffs hit Amazon, UPS, Target, and more. What's fueling these cuts? Number 80. Target sends out layoff notices to 1,000 employees on Tuesday. This is starting to get interesting. And let's see what CNBC, give me number 88. Companies are blaming AI for job cuts. Critics say it's a good excuse, right? That's 88. Give me 89. Tens of thousands of white-collar jobs are disappearing as AI starts to bite. 90. The Fed could stop shrinking multi-trillion-dollar balance sheet. It's all coming together. It's almost like we thought this would happen. Now, I told you you're going to get some truth from an unexpected place. Give me number 60. Now, you remember, I told you, I've talked to some, what I said, look, they have chatbots behind the curtain, how an AI job apocalypse unfolds. So I've told you this over and over. Chatbots, doctors. The next time your doctor comes in the room and he has a stethoscope, she has a stethoscope around the neck, right? But they never come in without wheeling something in and typing everything. They type it all in. How do you feel? How long have you felt this way? And what time during the day did you feel like this? Has this happened before? Has it happened to your mom, dad, your sisters, your aunt and uncle, your grandparents? Tell us, because we're putting in the data. Here's your test results. Data. Right? And then as a last precaution, they put in the stethoscope and say, let me listen to you. But the data is dumped, every bit of it. Doctors, every single illness, allergy, heart failure, kidney, anything dumped in there. Every test dumped in there. Insurance companies, I told you this the other day. How many of you are talking to AI people now that you don't know it? Every single claim, the wind blows the roof off your house or the shingles, you call the insurance company, you get somebody on there. This is being recorded for training purposes. Bull, it's being recorded, it's being dumped in, it's data, right? Every keystroke is dumped in, every scenario. I have shingles come off my house. Okay, and your policy. Okay, now what time of the day was this? How fast was the wind? I don't know, 18 to 20. Okay, and what kind of shingles? Where'd you get them from? And how long have they been on? Everything goes in. Every scenario, every car accident goes in. Everything gets dumped in. Eventually, almost everyone you talk to and most jobs out there will go to people, right? Or AI generated jobs. So there's a company out there now. This is the name of the company. I looked it up, 61. And I'm going to research some more this afternoon. Unlocking human potential in the AI economy. Knowledge is passed from one person to another. Students learn from teachers. Employees learn from managers. Apprentices learn from masters. All right. Unlocking human potential. Mercor sits at the intersection. These two guys founded this company. They're like 19 years old or 22 years old. It's already got an evaluation of billions. They've dropped out of school. And I just want to show you this right here. Number 62, shape the AI future. Find top-tier remote AI roles for your expertise. Available only on Mercor. You can go look all this up. Legal experts, consulting experts. This is interesting. Now, coming from the most unusual place, because I've told you this is coming down the road. The next 3 years, what happens? Video 7. This is a 2-minute report from Jim Vanderhei from Axios, not someone I really like, not Morning Joe that I really like. But I think this is accurate. Video 7.
Because of automation and because of AI. At the same time, you had this company, Mercor, a couple days ago, raise money at a $10 billion valuation. It's a 2-year-old company started by and run by 22-year-olds who were college roommates and then dropped out not long ago. What that company does, and the reason it got such a high valuation, is it basically pays doctors and lawyers and other professionals to train AI to basically do their job so that companies can then do the work of humans using robots or using artificial intelligence. This is unfolding very fast, and maybe it's not as bad as the naysayers say. There's no doubt. I've not found a single CEO that I have talked to in the last 6 months who's not told me privately that they are dramatically slowing hiring or not backfilling jobs when people leave or considering layoffs specifically because of AI. This should be the only topic that Congress is thinking about and talking about. I don't think most workers realize what's happening. In our piece, we linked to this report by Microsoft that was done this summer that shows you all of the tasks and all of the jobs that are most vulnerable. If you're in one of those jobs, or if your kid is going to school and considering those professions, you've got to be thinking about this. You have to be thinking about, how can I do that job if artificial intelligence can do it for free or do it better better. In some cases, it can make you a better employee, but it might force you to think about doing something differently. And I don't think politicians are leveling with the American people. They're not talking about the extent of what's going to happen over the next 3 years. That doesn't mean AI couldn't be a massive boom like other technologies over a long horizon. But in the short term, it's really hard to see how a lot of people aren't going to end up struggling and trying to find a new job, especially if you're entry level coming out of college.
Put 62 up, entry level coming out of college. Everything we have in a structure is about to, not literally, but about to explode and realign. Everything is. You go to a university and there's a new $6 million school of engineering. Right? I told somebody the other day, you can actually train and become an engineer and never go to that $6 million school. They said, well, you got to be certified. And if you don't graduate from an accredited school, we're going to change all that. We're going to change all that. You take a certification test. If you pass it, you get a certification. This is all going to change. Kids going into college now, and what we're cranking out and what we have cranked out. Look at all the student debt that we have invested in children that basically have degrees now, sorry, that are useless or will be. This company here will pay. This is what you can be paid to dump all your expert knowledge into AI. So AI can do your job. Give me video 8. Now, this is Morning Joe. I know this is going to anger you. I know it will. It's not intended, but it's a friggin' truth bomb. I don't care where it comes from. Video 8.
We're watching politicians and podcasters, other people fighting and debating over the dumbest things right now. Oh my God. This is an existential threat to working Americans, for middle-class Americans. It's a 1-2 punch. Yeah. It's AI. It's robotics. You start talking about robotics.
93. And this will probably get me wiped off most of your radar because you'll get angry with me. Stop wasting your time wondering if President Trump's going to run for a third term. If he runs for a third term, guess what? We'll be there. But until then, stop investing your time. You're going to be like, I wish someone would have told me this. 2 years ago, I think, Diane, you and I were together. It's not been 2 years, but I think it's been well over a year and a half. I got an email from the AJC's education department saying they were sponsoring an online discussion about AI being used in education with teachers, how teachers can handle it or whatever. And I went online and I signed up for this seminar. It was like an hour and a half, and I signed up a year and a half ago. And I listened to teachers on there, and I listened to all the things they were already doing and the papers that were being written by AI. Someone called me the other day and read something to me, and I said to him, I said, you didn't write that. They said, how do you know? I said, that's AI. I know that's AI. Well, I made a joke because it was a close friend. I said, you can't write something like that. That's AI. But jokingly, right? Bottom line, I took a seminar. I went to a online seminar, trying to get ready for the Georgia hour here. I took an online seminar. I went to a seminar. What the hell did I do? It was an hour and a half. Just telling you. Why didn't somebody tell us about this? Well, I don't know. Why didn't they? Give me 109. There's a couple things I want to show you. I just want to say this. Be careful out there. There's so much getting whooped up into a frenzy. Be careful out there. I would seriously, you go to a store and you're pushing a grocery cart full of groceries towards your car. Be careful. I'd say that. You may not, just be careful. Be aware of your surroundings everywhere you're at. Now, I don't know if November comes and the SNAP EBT cards, I'm being told even after November, I'm hearing that even after November, if there's money left on the card, the computer system still will not work. I don't know. I'm not reporting that. I'm being told as of Friday, Friday, that they will no longer load any more money on them. That's what we're hearing. Trump says he's going to fix it. Right? Trump says he's going to fix it. Maybe the last day, the last hour, they fix it. But for some reason out there, it's not fixed on November 1st, and SNAP EBT cards do not work for people. Just be careful. Just be careful. That's no joke. Tomorrow, I'm going to hold this over for tomorrow. This happens to be one of the most interesting articles I have read in a long time. Give me number 33. I'm going to show you this tomorrow. They actually believe this is going to happen. The Atlantic article, Donald Trump's plan to subvert the midterms is already underway. Our election system is reaching a breaking point. I don't want to say this is a good article, but this article playing that scenario out is very interesting. I'm your host, BKP. Come back at 10 o'clock on the dot for the Georgia Hour. Diane, take us out of here. Let's take a little break.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCar Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Okay, folks, welcome. Welcome to 10/29/2025, the Georgia Hour, fastest growing hour. Well, wait a minute. An hour cannot grow. It's only 60 minutes. Figure out how I can put this. But welcome to the Georgia Hour. We appreciate you. I'm your host, BKP, and the Georgia Hour is brought to you by voiceofruralamerica.com. Little programming note, it is pouring the rain. I mean, it is raining. Our weather where I'm at in Georgia, North Georgia, says 100% rain all day long. Now, before we start, let me say this. If you're on my Rise and Shine list, because every once in a while I'll send out a good morning, and no one says rise and shine anymore. Get up, rise and shine. And that's what we should be out there doing. So if pouring the rain, we have a problem with power, and just like that, Brian Kemp turns the lights off. We'll see you tomorrow. Just want to give you that ahead of time if it happens. So yesterday I was over at Golden Corral in Gainesville with the MAGA group. And I can't mention names because we had a full room. I want to give a major shout out. Now, I have been waiting for a little while to set the conversation, and I wanted to use yesterday to do that, and I did. And I want to give a shout out to Roy. Give me number 45, Diane. Roy came over. He videoed this. He uploaded the video. Wrote his own personal take, and that's fine by me, of yesterday's meeting. He's one of the good guys. He just is. Now, remember, we're not all in the same lane, but Roy is one of those guys. The first thing he'll say when you talk to him is, I don't know everything. So he just decided a couple years back to start asking questions. I absolutely love that. But he's one of the good guys, Roy is. Small Town Underground. Follow him. And he put the video up yesterday. Take it down. You could also go to Voice of Rural America Facebook page. And we have the video there from yesterday where I spoke, and I stayed from 12 o'clock to about 2:30. I'm going to say we have 45 in the room. I'll just say 45. We've had 50. We've had 75. I don't know, 50 in the room, whatever. But it was a pretty packed room, and I always, when I go, I'll stay until somebody asks me the last question and, do whatever I can to answer it or eat lunch with the great patriots over there, MAGA group. So what was it about? So let me lay this out for you. And what I did when I started, you can go there, you can watch the entire thing. I'm gonna shrink it down just a little bit. First of all, I asked everybody in the room to just deal with the fact that I was going to bring the truth. Wasn't there to offend anybody, and I'm not here to offend anybody this morning. I'm just going to analyze the truth. And then the second thing I said most of all was, hey, don't blame me. I didn't create the system. I didn't create this system. Don't blame me. I have no power to wielding any power over this system. And then I went to, and I'll go right into the explanation of this. Let's go back. It's 2017. It's 2017. And I laid out some things going on. And what I meant by that is, and what I wanted to remind people is, in Georgia, we only get, right now, Republicans have all the constitutional offices. We're going to try to get back one of the Senate seats that Brian Kemp cost us. Now, no one will deal with that. No one will talk about that. Kelly Loeffler, off of the Johnny Isaacson, Senator Johnny Isaacson, everybody knows what happened there. If you don't, we'll talk about it on a different day. But Brian Kemp cost us that seat there. Then Herschel Walker. I will hear people still today say, well, Herschel wasn't a good candidate. I don't think he was a good candidate. Well, okay, so let's base a good candidate versus a bad candidate. So a good candidate is Brad Raffensperger. That's a good candidate. The 2020 election was stolen from the people of Georgia. So I will hear multiple times, and it actually, it's laughter to me in a lot of ways. Herschel Walker wasn't a good candidate. What exactly did that mean? What exactly are you saying? As opposed to what? As opposed to what candidate are you talking about? What rhino? I know people don't like that. What establishment? What Democrat masking as a Republican? Can you explain to me? Well, Herschel Walker wasn't a good candidate. Okay, we'll go with that. But anyhow, right? Brian Kemp decided. Donald Trump endorsed Herschel Walker. Donald Trump. See, if Donald Trump puts a candidate in the race, if Donald Trump calls Herschel Walker and says, will you get into the race? I'll endorse you. If Donald Trump says, Herschel, get into the race and I'll help you raise money. Oh, why, hell no, we can't do that. He's a bad candidate. But if Brian Kemp says, hey, Derek Dooley, I know you were too busy coaching and you don't vote. Derek Dooley, I know you know nothing about, well, basically anything, and you're not really a great coach. But if I can get you in the race, I will help you raise money. I will endorse you. Oh, that's a good candidate. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get my bearings straight on defining the bad candidate versus good candidate in America, or especially in Georgia. So Brian Kemp did not campaign for Herschel Walker. He did not. So what you want me to believe, here's what you want me to believe. Listen to me very close, because I'm going to lay this out. It's 2017, but give me number 15 for a moment. What you want me to believe is that Brian Kemp got Derek Dooley into the race. Brian Kemp's family member is helping Derek Dooley raise money, with a little falling off the table into the Kemp family pocket or coffers that we hear, right? And he's endorsed him. But if May of next year, Mike Collins is the candidate, remember, in Georgia, we've got to get behind our nominees. Okay? But what you want me to believe is Mike Collins becomes the nominee. Let's just say it happens. That Brian Kemp will actually say, well, I tried with Derek Dooley. Now let's all go out there and campaign with Mike Collins. Let's wrap a bus. Let's do a bus. I will do anything. I'm waiting. You really think Kemp is going to do that? Or Marty Antoinette Kemp, Tierra and all. You really think so? Okay, now take that down. It's not going to happen. So we know that. So we have two Democrats. Now, it's only once every 8 years in recent history that we get open primaries. Now, we know 2022, Trump endorsed David Perdue, John Gordon, insurance commissioner. We know we had several candidates that Trump endorsed. But our entire slate, now we have the education superintendent, we have the insurance commissioner, and we have a labor commissioner that are incumbents. We'll talk about that later. But the top tier is an open ticket. So where I sit today in October of 2025, there's positioning. There's candidates, Democrat and Republican. There's positioning for the general election. Much like where October 29th, 2017. That's the point I was making yesterday. Let's go back. It's 2017. Because on that day, yesterday, October 28th, 2017, right? We had, what was his name? Hunter. We had Mike Williams. We had Brian Kemp, Casey Cagle, Tippin, right? Was his name Clay Tippin? I don't know. But we had what, about 5 candidates running for governor? We have a lieutenant governor, right? I mean, 2017, we had who? We had, at that time, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, running for Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, right? David Belle Isle. We had Josh McCoon running. The list goes on. You see, what I was doing yesterday is I was taking that day, October 28th, 2017, right? Donald Trump endorsed Brian Kemp, and I wanted to say, here's where we're at. This is this is our chance. We can actually do something to turn it now. Look at what happened, because on October 28th, 2017, there was obviously no 2020. There was no COVID. There was no stolen election in 2020, right? In 2017, we don't know this is coming down the pike. In 2017, I don't think any of us ever thought about going to a state election board meeting, right? I don't think so. I don't think any of us, or most of us, 2017, were really paying attention to the state legislature. There was no SB 202. There was no SB 189. There was no election bills. There was no discussion. You see, on October 28th, 2017, we were going to the primary in 2018 to vote on a die-bolt voting machine, right? Right? October 28th, 2017. And then that Secretary of State got the opportunity for 2020 and had that election cycle. Now I'm gonna tell you, all I wanted to do yesterday is kick off the core of what we're going to work on here and the basis of how we really should be looking at things, in my opinion. Because remember, October 28th is the 29th, but yesterday I gave the speech. 2017, we were going to have a new slate of constitutional officers. Democrat Deal was going to leave. He was a Democrat. We know that. Deal was going to leave, right? Brian Kemp, Secretary of State at that time, wanted to bump up to governor, right? He's Secretary of State. We want to shift somebody in. But on that day, we're looking at a core group of candidates, unbeknownst to us on COVID, only beknownst to the people that control the world, that COVID's coming. But we're looking at the people that would set our next presidential election system, or election system in general, for the whole entire state. That's 2020. God knows what happened there. And then we have that same core, because they've got 8 years, that had the next 2022 and then 2024. So now we're going to insert some new people in all those offices. And guess what they have? They will have the power to put in place the election system for the 2028 presidential cycle. And we only have this shot here at putting the right people, knowing what we know today. You see, what we know today is the right people need to go from governor, lieutenant governor, SOS, to attorney general. We know today that those offices need to be, and this is our chance, this is it. Because we know what's possible now. You see, on October 28, 2017, we went into 2018, and whether you like this or not, we had President Trump. Now, I say this, and I want to look at this camera and tell you, I do not dislike Burt Jones. I do not dislike Burt Jones. But in 2018, 2017 and 2018, during the primary, we had Casey Cagle and Brian Kemp, right, in the runoff. And I worked as hard as I could to get the Trump-endorsed Brian Kemp over the Casey Cagle finish line. And then I worked as hard as I could to get the Donald Trump-endorsed Brian Kemp across the finish line with Stacey Abrams. Now, deja vu all over again. I have a candidate endorsed by Donald J. Trump. His name's Burt Jones. And I will look you in the eye and say it for the 90th, 42nd, 84th time. I don't dislike Burt Jones, but I'm finding it hard to locate MAGA in him outside of he has a red hat and has been endorsed by Donald J. Trump. You see, I was there in 2017. You see, I know and you know what could happen now. You see, October 28th, 2017, voting on die-vote voting machines, we felt very good that the next Secretary of State would get us out of that mess. We ended up with Dominion voting machines. Give me this right here. Maybe you could read this as I'm speaking with you. Number 50, right? Kevin Moncla. Went from die-vote, right? Okay. Then, so if we elect the next guy or girl, there's a lady running as a Democrat, or there could be a lady running as a Republican. Just saying. Right? See, that October in 2017, I have to tell you, if I'm alone thinking they're going to steal the election, well, I didn't really think they'd steal the election. And then I didn't really think there was a such thing as a COVID or a pandemic that would change everything like it did. I mean, I can give you a checklist of all the things I know now, right? You know, the old saying, if I knew then what I know now, one more time, because we're laying the groundwork for we can't let this happen. And it's not being ugly, and it's not dislike. They have rigged the system, folks. They have totally, completely rigged the system. Not only rigged voting machines, no, campaign finance, right? See, in 2017, in October, where I sit today in 2025, Georgia lawmakers could not raise money during the legislative session. They could not. So Brian Kemp created these leadership PACs for Burt Jones, and Burt Jones enjoys it. For Burt Jones, John Burns, Speaker of the House, and himself. You see, if I would have known then what I know now, see, then when they took office, they completely set everything up for total control. I mean, I'm not making anything up. Argue with me. Please send me the debate issues. But guess what I know now? And it doesn't have to happen again. That was the groundwork for yesterday. That was the total groundwork for yesterday. Because let me show you something, right? Give me number 58. You see, in 2018, Brian Kemp, look at this map. Because we're laying out, it's number 58. Is it 58? I know you're probably looking for it there. Or you got to size it up. I get it. Thank you, Diane. Brian Kemp, a Donald Trump endorsed candidate, right? Brian Kemp, a Donald Trump endorsed candidate. Primary and general election. Actually, Diane, I want to come back to this. Can you give me actually 59? Can you put 59 across the bottom and then take it off? Governor Kemp prevailed by, leave that on there for a minute. Governor Kemp prevailed by 54,723 votes, defeating Stacey Abrams. Georgia's 2018 gubernatorial election was the closest governor's race since 1966. Now, Brian Kemp, in the closest gubernatorial race since 1966 in Georgia, only beat a chubby, gapped tooth, right, lesbian black lady. Now, I don't want you upset with me. Those are the facts. Lesbian, little Michael Strahan's little sister there, a little on the, could have used a fat shot, much like me. Black woman. Donald Trump endorsed. Get the blinders off. Pay attention to what we're up against. Only won by 54,723 votes. And he was coming off a 2-term Nathan Deal Democrat-Republican, right? Take the stripe off there for a minute, that one right there. Let me show you something. Now, at that time, North Georgia, you could not get North Georgia. I mean, that was as red as you possibly could get. I mean, as red as you could get North Georgia. Times have changed. So the point yesterday is, are we going to go with a governor that's endorsed by Donald J. Trump, just saying? Because I will tell you this. I've looked at every race, and I don't have the warm fuzzies for... I don't. So I've got Burt Jones. I've got Brad Raffensperger. I've got Gabriel Sterling for Secretary of State, right? Brad Raffensperger. Dean Clark or Clark Dean. I forget. I don't mean to mix that up. We got Chris Carr. Have you looked at the slate? Have you looked at the candidates? I mean, our options for governor on the Republican side, have you looked? Have you looked at the options on the Republican side for the most powerful, go ahead and take that down, the most powerful seat, governor seat in the country? I mean, Chris Carr? And a do-nothing attorney general who was appointed. I mean, we got Chris Carr. Chris Carr, originally chief of staff, I think, with Johnny Isakson. And then he got the job with Nathan Deal as the Georgia economic director for the state or something, right? And then he got appointed and had to reactivate his law license to be attorney general, and he's been absolutely a do-nothing attorney general, and now I guess he has a gang squad, and he's running for governor. And we got a businessman downtown. I'll leave that for another day because there's some things concerning this guy jumping in the race, right? And we got Brad Raffensperger. Because I'm going to tell you, in Fulton County alone, I'm not going to get in any arguments. because I know all of you are well aware of your counties, your board of election in your counties, and things that have taken place, we'll call it squirrely, in your counties. I know that. But Fulton County alone, let me tell you something. Brian Kemp knows Fulton County alone held the 11,780 votes we were looking for. Marty Kemp knows that. Chris Carr knows that. Brad Raffensperger knows that. Jordan Fuchs knows that. Gabriel Sterling knows that. John Burns, Speaker of the House, knows that. Greg the Weasel knows that. Burt Jones knows that. Did I miss anybody? They all know this. But Brad Raffensperger is running for governor. And Brad Raffensperger as governor, you see, in 2017, 2028, we got Josh McCoon running. We all see what happened there. Got David Belle-Isle. And I will look at the camera today and say, I kind of wish, and I did support Joni Heiss, and I do like Joni Heiss, former congressman of the 10th District. I think the world of him. But I have to tell you, I kind of would have loved to have seen David Belle-Isle in that office. Former Alpharetta mayor. Now, moving forward. But in 2017, don't forget, I was out there pulling for Brad Raffensperger. We got in a runoff. I was pulling for Brad Raffensperger. Yes, I was. 2017. Little did I know. So that being said, without a bunch of notes in front of me, we'll get into other races later. I'm looking at my slate of candidates. And this is really going to get me in trouble. You know it's going to get me in trouble. But I'm looking at the slate of candidates and I'm thinking, just how bad would it be if Marjorie Taylor Greene got in the race? So that was the basis yesterday for what we're going to be doing all the way up to the primary. All right. So if you go to my Facebook page, Voice of Rural America, I left the camera running. I took questions. I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said. You know that. I made some comments I could have left at the house. But you know me, I can't get from one end of the bridge to the other end of the bridge without spilling a little beer. What? I don't know where that came from. Kids, don't make no reference like that because it didn't happen. Now, that being said, so you can go there, Voice of Rural America Facebook page, Roy Underground, Small Town Underground, he has posted the video. A lot of people have made comments. I've said a little bit of everything on the video. Now, let's go back here. I didn't create the system. I want to show you a couple things, all right? And these are the facts. I yell about campaign finance all the time. Give me number 15. Now, I said this yesterday. Dooley in the first poll had 8%. He's jumped up to 16%. So I think I said this. I had somebody ask me, well, who do you support? I don't endorse candidates. I don't come on here and endorse candidates and say I support. Look, U.S. Senate, Mike Collins, the drawback to Mike Collins for me, there's a couple things. But really, it's Brandon Phillips. that works for him, his chief of staff, and also on his campaign staff. That goes for Greg the Weasel Dolezal. I mean, Greg, it's not my place to question Brandon Phillips, his personal beliefs. But Greg Dolezal wants me to see the family and church and all these things. Then he hires Brandon Phillips. We can get into that on a different day. So Mike Collins' drawback to me is Brandon Phillips. Buddy Carter, I showed you yesterday. He's at a 16%. Dooley has doubled to 16%. Now, that being said, Collins has got like 1.8 million. Dooley's got like 1.7 million. And Buddy Carter's got like $2.8 million. And I will let me show you. You guys could go do this. Again, I didn't create the system. So give me this one here. Right here. Number 52. I get a lot of people say, well, as you know, Real Clear Politics. I had people asking me yesterday, well, what do you got against? What do you have against? That's not the one I want. I'm sorry. That was Kingston. I'm sorry, Diane. That's not the one I want. I want 56. I'm sorry. They said, what do you got against Reagan Box? I don't have anything against Reagan Box. I mean, I don't. But one mail piece, and it's statewide. I don't know what that costs statewide, but I mean, you're looking for $18,000, $22,000. You're looking at a lot of money. And Reagan Box, I didn't create the system. So I don't know why she's in the race. I wish her well, but as you can see here, it looks like she's raised 51,000 and give me 57 in her report. You see where I get it? The Federal Election Commission. I wouldn't make up anything. I really don't. I never come to this show and make something up. As you can see, the ending date is 9/30. I know we're in October, but on 9/30 of this year, September 30th of this year, she has $3,890. I didn't create this system. This system is rigged. A person much like Reagan Box, they can't compete. They can't run. They do not have the funding to do it. She can't even send out with this right here. She couldn't even buy a text message, one text message campaign. So for the next person that says, why don't you support her or why don't you like her? I didn't create the system. Now, here's another one, the 1st District. All right? Give me 52. Here's Jim Kingston. We have a rigged, corrupt system. Jim Kingston, son, right, heir to the throne, son of Jack Kingston. Jack Kingston was the congressman in the 1st District for 17 years, right? 17 years. Jim Kingston's his son. Now, so you know this, your member of Congress only has to live in your state. Your member of Congress does not have to live in the district they represent. Phil Gingrey, go back. He didn't live in his district. For a period of time until the redistricting took place, I think there was like 6 months or so, several months, Andrew Clyde lived in the 10th District, 9th District congressman. It was a period of time that Rich McCormick did not live in his district when it was the old 6th. So that being said, I understand Jim Kingston doesn't even live in the 1st district and hasn't for years. But here you go. His total receipts, $1,300,000. And give me 53. As of 9/30 of this month, September, Jim Kingston has $1,172,000 in the bank. Right? 1 million. Now, here is the Red Lipstick Bandit. Number 54, Candace Taylor. Now, I know Candace Taylor's crying crocodile tears because I don't know the exact deal she made, but she made a deal to sell me out. Yes, she made a deal. I don't know. Sally Grubbs, Vicky Consiglio, right? Denise Burns, Josh McCoon, Jacqueline McCoon. She made a deal to sell out the grassroots because they were going to help her. That's what we hear, Candace. So when Candace says, you lie, that's what we hear. So here's a lady that ran for Senate, ran for governor, now running for her congressional seat. It says here, it's the Federal Election Commission. It says she's only raised $26,000. Now, give me number 55. How will she compete? Because according to, and I'm going to give you some more insight into this race one day. But look at this. As of 9:30, her cash on hand is $7,236. She's running against a guy that has $1,174,000. And before you say, well, money's not everything, money's not the only way you can win an election. Folks, I didn't create the system. The system's rigged. And politics is an industry. And you're not going to win with $7,000 up against $1.1 million. Let's all just take a brief break, a moment of silence, and shed a tear for Candace. Well, that's over. Don't cry for me. Now, that being said, we only have 15 minutes. So, what we are going to do from here all the way till May, we're going to watch everything. We're going to remind everybody we can't let this happen again. We're going to remind everybody this is the only chance we have to set the record straight. This is it. And that we want to remind everybody we can't fall into the same trap of October 28, when I gave the speech yesterday, 2027. No. Let's see. I think that's totally wrong. I think I have hit fast forward. Let's try that again. We can't fall into the trap that we were in, unbeknownst to us, October 28th, 2017. Because we know now what we wish we would have known then. But fool me once, not again in 2026. Now, the problem we have is, look at our lineup. maybe we'll get a candidate move our way. But our front runner right now for governor, data centers, right? Our front runner right now is we've got a couple minor problems, we'll put it that way, right? He has Donald Trump's endorsement. All right, let me see. We have 2 ads. This is what's going on. Tim Echols, number 13. We have a public service commissioner's race going on. This is an ad that's running against Tim Echols. So let me give you this. And you can watch my full speech on Voice of Rural America Facebook page, Small Town Underground. Roy has it posted. Give me this one right here, Diane. Let's go with, our gambling guy resigned. Number 68. We'll get to that in a minute. And we have a team. I'll talk about that tomorrow. We have a team in Georgia that is watching every piece of legislation. I forget their names. The Mountain Legislative, I forget their exact name. I'd like to get it correct. We'll give them a shout out tomorrow. Number 68, speak carefully. Political consultants often teach candidates to stick to talking points when doing media interviews. A new ad from Democrat Party of Georgia shows why. If you're unhappy with me now, is the time to get rid of me. Video 4.
Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson voted over and over and over again to raise our power bills.
Customers saw their bills increase for the 6th time in 2 years.
While the power companies made billions.
Skyrocketing profits after raising residential rates.
Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson took hundreds of thousands from donors linked to utility companies, raking in cash while profiting off of us.
You aren't happy with me. Now it's the time to get rid of me.
Vote out Republicans Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson.
That's a Democrat ad running. Number 69. If you aren't happy with me, then now is the time to get rid of me. But why would you get rid of a Georgia native? I've been married 42 years. I have 7 children. I have done so much for low-income people in Georgia. That is the total quote. But if you're not happy with me, get rid of me. Just an example. Now, they are talking about members of Congress. How does it look that Congress Republicans are not in session, even though there's a government shutdown? Here's an ad put together concerning Buddy Carter, because remember, Buddy Carter, although he's running for Senate, he's currently 1st District, and Mike Collins, 10th District. Give me video 5.
Open enrollment for many Americans begins on November 1st, which means that Congress is running out of time to impact the cost of premiums in the new year.
Gareth Fenley says she had no insurance before the Affordable Care Act. She's hoping she won't have to revert to that.
I just can't believe that they'll really do that they'll really let them expire.
Teresa Acosta here in Dunwoody closed down her small catering business and started looking for a job that will provide her a health coverage plan.
Here in Georgia, the political standoff sparked a protest outside of Congressman Mike Collins' office. Demonstrators in Monroe called on Collins to return to Washington and support Democrats' plan to extend health care tax credits.
2 of these fools running for U.S. Senate, Mike Collins and Buddy Carter. In Mike Collins' district, average increase of premium 345% if they don't change this.
me just say this. Give me number 22. I don't know why Republicans, and you guys out there, not to forget, you guys have written text messages and sent articles that I have a lot of rainy day reading out in front of me. Yes, you guys have sent me a lot of rainy day reading material, and I don't have time during the breaks. But keep this in mind. I said this earlier. Stop believing that they want to help you or save your health care, fix health care, and do something for you. The ACA, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, has been around since 2010. 2010. Okay? Serious. Now, remember, you got a penalty for not buying insurance. They got rid of that. But since 2010, it's been around. It's 2025. 15 years, America. Now, Biden, let's just go here. Every time Democrats say something, as though Chuck Schumer wants to fix your health care, right? Now, they did a spending package, an infrastructure package of $1.3 trillion. Joe Biden. And Joe Biden spent enormous amounts of money. Both sides of the aisle have had 15 years. Marjorie Taylor Greene rips Republicans for having no health care fix as Obamacare continues to haunt party. So she's went against it. That's the Democrat ad out there right now. Let me see what I have here because I've got 7 minutes on the burner. Our electricity has held out 66. This guy here, uphill battle. Marcus, let me try this. Windauer, Widehour, I think let's see, Widhour. Anyhow, Marcus Widhour, I think that's how we say his name. He was the top Republican pushing the sports gambling bill. And he has resigned. The Watkinsville Republican has taken up the mantle for sports betting in recent years. And he resigned to spend more time on his real estate business. So he has resigned. Who is going to carry that? Give me 63. There's a little better view of him. Who's going to carry that mantle? Not exactly for sure. There he is, State Rep Marcus Widhour resigns Georgia General Assembly. He was the guy pushing that. Now, number 71, last night, Ag Commissioner Tyler Harper. The Irwin County isn't exactly a hotbed of activity at this time of year, but last night a small South Georgia community there attracted the entire GOP field for next year's Senate race, along with most candidates running for lieutenant governor. Tyler Harper's 11th annual pig-pickin' politickin' fundraiser event. There's the weasel on the far end, the gooch next to him, Mike Collins. Now, over there, is that the Labor Secretary? That's the Democrat, right? Well, wait a minute. That's sometimes it gets hard to identify the Democrat in a room like this. But Dooley's there. And let me see what else I have here. So before we go, I just want to say, I wonder if Brian Kemp bumped into Donald Trump in Korea. So number 10, let's just show our governors on the world stage once again. Here you go, 48. And right, there's Marjorie. No, that's not Marjorie. That's Marty, Brian, number 49. I wonder if they bumped into Brian Kemp. No, that's Brian Kemp. I wonder if Brian Kemp bumped into Donald Trump. That's the way we'll look at it, right? I wonder if Brian Kemp bumped into Donald Trump while in Korea with Marty Antoinette Kemp, who leaves her tiara at home. Wow, I gotta write these out. They're like real tongue twisters, right? So there they are on the world stage. Let me give you another one, 47. Don't want to leave without letting you know they have been out there getting that those trading partners, right? There they are. Foreign investment in our country. Now, quick reminder before we go. This is number 7, the albino rhino. Number 7, gotta have this. It's 1058. Albino rhino, that's Brant Frost V. Related to Brant Frost IV, First Liberty Building and Loan, largest Ponzi scheme in the state of Georgia. We always have to say that goes with number 5. Senior citizens, we lost everything. We got to remind you, put those together. And then number 3, there's always what we call, it's called What the Futch. So What the Futch is Jackal of Georgia, Dennis What the Futch. We don't care for him a lot here. Here is number 4. Here's What the Futch with Josh McCoon and Michael Watley. Just thought we'd put those out there. And this guy here I do not trust him. Number 17. We talked about him yesterday. We'll go into great detail. If you weren't here yesterday, we'll go into some more detail tomorrow. This is John George, Special Assistant to President and Regional Political Director. John George. Number 18, he is working. If you want an endorsement, not for governor or U.S. Senate, those usually come directly from Trump. But if you want an endorsement for other offices, you might have to go through his office, and he's not the person. Well, we'll leave it there. John George is not high on our list. And if she runs for governor, 46, just saying, what if she steps out and runs for governor? Speaker Johnson and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene clash over GOP shutdown strategy. A private GOP call turned fiery as Speaker Mike Johnson and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene went head-to-head over the party's stalled shutdown approach. What if she runs for governor? And number 13, get out and vote. Get out and vote for Public Service Commissioner. I don't tell people how to vote, but I will vote for Fitz Johnson and Tim Echols. And I mean, she's suffering. 42 million people are suffering, and some even have a sign, number 6. Some people are out there on the streets with a sign. Georgians are suffering. Poor little Debbie. Poor little Debbie. Poor little Debbie. It's the saddest damn thing. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We made it through without losing power. We did, but it's a rainy day in Georgia. Sounds like a song. Take us out of here.